intellectual person.
Thanks for starting with this flattery. When you start the question that way, it makes me nervous.
You don't have to be.
Please, no photos.
I think that you've had a lot of varied life experiences, and so I think you're probably the most qualified person here to give
where
advice.
is this going?
Especially like the more medical variety.
Because
you're very qualified medical.
I can offer a lot of medical advice.
Yeah. So basically, it wasn't supposed to be so funny. My dad's getting a hip replacement in 2 days.
Oh yeah.
And me probably in the next year and a half.
Really? You're getting one too?
Probably in 2 years.
You're very young for that. That's precocious. Congratulations.
Yeah, I feel like I've achieved next level, yeah. So what kind of advice would you give personal medical?
Well, maybe don't mess with the drugs too much. I got very quickly addicted to the narcotic painkillers because they give you these very, whatever, I don't know, Oxycontin or whatever. And after, and they give you, in the US anyway, they gave me a prescription for 3 weeks or something like that. And after 2 weeks, I was like, I need more. I wasn't actually in pain, but I wanted more painkillers. And I was like, oh shit, what's happening? So I flushed it down the toilet. And then I had the 2 worst days, full on withdrawal. So then the second hip replacement, I was having suicidal thoughts, super black, I was seeing black spots. I don't know quite how to describe it, but literally the darkness was overtaking me for 2 days. And I was taking the prescribed amount of those drugs. And then the second time I was like, I'm not gonna let that happen again. So I took them for 3 days only and then flushed them down the toilet. And I went through withdrawal again. So for some people, I guess I'm sensitive, but be careful with that. Just tell your dad, I don't know, maybe he's great with narcotics. I had a funny experience. I don't know why I did this, but when they were putting the IV in, because they give you they sedate you first, and then they give you full anesthesia. So then they knock you out altogether. But there's this little window where I guess they still have to move you from one bed to another, and they want you still standing at that point. They're like, I'm going to give you this. We're going to start you with a sedative. You won't remember anything after this when you wake up, but you'll be in a hazy consciousness for about 10 minutes before we put you under. And I was like, oh, I'll remember. I don't know why I said that, but then I was like, I think I will remember. And so then, for whatever reason, as I was in this hazy consciousness, I was fighting to remember. That's all. I was just bound and determined to remember what was happening. Well, as it turns out, probably why they do that is you don't want to remember what's happening. So I was in this fog, and they brought me into the operating room, and there were all of this swarm of attractive young female nurses, and here I am laid out naked on the gurney, and they're flopping me around and rubbing iodine where they're gonna, putting markers where they're gonna cut me open. And I remember being like, I don't want to remember this. And then I woke up and I saw some of the same ER nurses, and I was like, oh God.